World of Tanks are about to release rocket tanks into World of Tanks console. Yes, sirree, they are testing them right now as we speak with the Christmas toy mode. They are testing rockets there. I don't know if you've played it, but I think last year you had the ability to jump, just like some of the monster tanks. That's kind of been the thing, is you can jump. But this year, no longer can you jump, but you can boost, like as if you had a rocket booster. Here's what the rocket looks like on the BZ-75, the Tier 10 rocket tank. I believe it's a Chinese heavy. And there you go, just up and goes. And so I predict these to be the next line to be introduced in World of Tanks. Very, very soon at that. In fact, maybe even for Christmas. Maybe the turn of the year, or maybe the 11-year anniversary coming up in February. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Of course, what they'll probably do is release premium rocket first at Tier 8 for you to buy or gamble your money away, or maybe at Tier 10 for you to buy or gamble your money away. Who knows? At this point, it's Wargaming. And it'll probably be better than the entire line, as the line is nerfed into oblivion, because Wargaming does not believe in tech tree tanks anymore. No longer do players play this game to grind to their Tier 10s. They play this game to buy their Tier 10s. That's this game in a nutshell. And so I really wouldn't be surprised if the tech tree tanks are nerfed into oblivion. I think they've been doing that on purpose. Nerf the tech tree tanks on release. That way people buy the premium tanks that are better. The better rocket. You want a good rocket? No. You don't spend 300 hours playing this game, grinding up from Tier 1 all the way to Tier 10, learning the game, learning the tank, developing your skills, and understanding the maps and physics and all that. No. Just whip out your mother's credit card, spend 150 bucks, bada bing, bada boom, you've got yourself a Tier 10 rocket tank that you have no idea how to play, but that's okay because we've given it so much armor and a gun that is foolproof. Even Raybot herself might have a good game from time to time in it. Like, that's what they do. And so don't be surprised when these tanks come out, they're not that great, but the premium one is. But Clone, you may ask. CloneGuy, what are your sources, CloneGuy? I don't have sources. I am my own source. And it's a pattern that they have. I like to pay attention to patterns. And they have done this before, where they have tested things through the various game modes. For instance, they tested True Vision in World War II. And then what did they do? They didn't give us True Vision. They gave us Cold War. And they were also testing +1, -1. You know what they did? They didn't give it to us. They gave us Cold War. Double-edged sword. Then they tested rockets in Cold War and brought them to World War II. It's ironic that they test things in the opposite field of combat. They test Cold War things in World War II, and they test World War II things in Cold War. It's like, what happened to super test? Aren't you supposed to have that? I don't know. But this is a better way of doing it, at least so it's not in the live game, is testing them over here. And so that's pretty cool. But yeah, they've got it figured out. They know how to implement it. Rockets work, hence here. Now they just have to make sure that the rockets don't just die out on you as quickly as they do here. They have to kind of linger and have realistic physics. Right now it's very toy-like physics. But you could tell that they've got it figured out. So it should be any day now. It just depends where they are with the modeling, where they are with the balancing. They may already have that all, and this is just the final shindig that they have going for us. Hence why the toy mode is only a week this time, and it ends before Christmas is what I read, unless I read that wrong, which is kind of crazy. But maybe that's because they'll have the rockets out and they want people to play. But here's another kicker. The BZ-75 line may not even come out. It might be a rocket line for Cold War. Because you have to remember, Cold War is kind of their baby in the same way they said that Mech Assault was their baby, hence why they put all these time and resources and money into the mech mode that flopped horribly. They did the same thing with Cold War, except instead of it being a temporary one-week thing, it's permanent. Cold War is permanent, and it's flopped horribly. It's a 9-to-1 ratio of players playing World War II to Cold War. 9-to-1. Cold War, ladies and gentlemen, Cold War. The only reason people play Cold War is not to grind up the lines, but again, to play the premium tanks, to make the money so they can buy their tanks in World War II. That is Cold War in the nutshell. There are those who are just like, oh, we love Cold War. But I have players in Cold War who are like, Cold War is so cancerous right now. They are strictly playing Era 1. Era 1 feels more like classic World of Tanks than classic World of Tanks does at this point. Because Era 1, you're playing tier, basically it's like tiers 8 through tier 11 is what it is. And you don't have rockets, you don't have crazy boosters, you don't have crazy autoloaders, alright? You do have the occasional, like, oh my gosh, the 4005 is OP, but that's just because it's fast. Alright, it's basically does the same thing our 4005 does in World War II, except faster. It's faster at it. So, yeah. But otherwise, the most balanced places in World of Tanks right now is Cold War Era 1. It's fairly balanced, comparatively. And then Tier 7 and below. Tier 7 is probably the magic spot right now. Because you still have +2, -2 matchmaking. Tier 6, you have +2, -1 matchmaking, which kind of sucks. Tier 5 is the same way, and you have 5-4s to worry about. So Tier 7 is kind of the sweet spot, because you don't have to fight against Tier 10s. Of course, you do have to fight against some of the scarier 9s and 8s, of course, but hey, it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. But, yeah, that's just what I wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to talk about is that we've got boosters, we've got speed, we got rockets coming very, very, very soon. It's blatant that they are testing it right now here in World of Tanks with the Christmas mode, because they've, instead of jumping and leaping around, you boost around. And I like how okay, can I just say this map is beautiful? This map is probably one of the greatest things World of Tanks console, this new team, has ever done post World of Warships Legends. Since World of Warships Legends, the Wargaming console team for World of Tanks has done basically nothing good for the game at all. But this map is beautiful. Like, I was just thinking about it as I'm waiting for it to load. I love the trees, I love the blocks, I love the presents and the road that they've added that you can jump up on and climb and boost around on. You can parkour on these presents, and it looks like you're underneath a tree. That's what it looks like, that's what it feels like, that's what they were going for, and they did a beautiful job. And so I commend them. I commend them with that because it's good. Well done, well done. Hats off to this only. But I think they had this mode in the game before Legends came out, meaning this mode or this concept was not by them. So keep that in mind as well. That this is likely the result of the old console team who now work on Warships Legends, and that, frankly, that makes more sense. So. I'm saving my shot in case you're wondering, like, why are you doing that? Well, because it's 19 to 16, they just need one more kill, so I was going for the easy kills if I could to try to get us 4 kills quickly. I could not, so alas, we lose that game, but it's no big deal. This was just a quick video where we talk about rocket boosters. They're in the works, they're in the future, they're coming soon. Get ready, brace yourselves. Games are gonna go even faster than they ever have before. That's it, and I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.